how sweet it is to be loved by you nerds. What is up? It's me, your buddy pal, HeyArcher. Welcome back to HeyArcher Live here on Nerd Affiliated. We are so happy to have all of you here. There's probably more streams of this going on right now than there are like any of us watching, because we're testing restream going on like my platform here on Nerd Affiliated. It's on the Kenobis channel, it's on Sal's Twitch channel, it's on our Nerd Affiliated Twitch channel, it's on Facebook, it's everywhere, it's goddamn everywhere. So wherever you are, throw us in the chat. Good to see all of you. We have the legendary, I kind of spoiled it just now, but we have the legendary, the best Star Wars content creator on the internet. General Kenobis Bunker is in the house. No sarcasm. I don't know anybody who identifies more things on one first viewing than him. So if you've not done so, head down below. Link is in the description. Subscribe to General Kenobi in his main channel, on his main Instagram. And my man was like, you know what? One channel and one Instagram's not enough. I need another one. He's doing it in Spanish as well. Holla at your boy, General Kenobi, down below in the description. If you're new here, we sit back, we hang out, we relax, we pour ourselves a beverage, we talk nerd shop, and hopefully by now you've poured yourself just a little bit of
whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
because that's what we do here on the show. We're talking Star Wars, of course. We're talking toys, of course. If you got a YouTube channel, a podcast, a blog, a vlog, an OnlyFans, a newsletter, smoke signals, put it in the comments, support your shit, and tell us what you want to talk about tonight on the show. But without further ado, the man, the myth, the legend himself, General Kenobi.
Hello there.
End of show.
Mic drop.
Good, sir. How are you doing this evening? Look at that. Look at that sexy shirt right there. Look at that. Toy hunting, vlogging. What else is on there? Burritos and repeat. Look at that. That's what I'm saying. I mean, what else do you need in life outside of that?
Agreed.
Thanks for being here. Let's say hello to everybody in the chat. Oh, that's right. I was supposed to figure out where to move this. I think this is a good spot up here. I put that there. Sal, good to see you, of course.
What's going on, Sal?
Dave's Dimension in the house.
Hey.
Billy has made his return to the stream. Senor Josh in the house.
Nice. How's it going?
Mark in the house. T3 Collects in the house.
What's up, Carlos?
T3's a cheater, man. Every time I watch his hunt video, I'm like, everything's stocked. It doesn't matter what line it is.
You're right.
He's got everything.
He's got an in on somebody, restocking those shelves, because I keep missing it constantly. Yeah. He's on the money every single time.
Every time. He's a plant. I've determined he's probably just a plant.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try moving the chat up here, make it a little smaller. Let's see how it works. But yeah, we're simulcasting. We're all over the net. Good to see you, Ricardo. I think it's first time. How apropos of this man's thumbnail.
Right.
Well, we'll get back to that. We'll come back to that.
Oh, yeah.
Patrick in the house. Good to see you. Yeah, thank you all for being here. Legacy just popped in too. Look at that. We got a lot of hitters in here. Man, I don't know. We could be here all day just creating all these killers in here. I love this.
I know.
This is my first one, I swear. It's my first, I swear.
Since the stream started.
Since the stream started, yes. Before we talk to this man about what's been going on over on his side of the world, couple new things you're seeing on the screen here. We have a new layout, of course. Down there, we'll get to that because you're highlighted up there too. Down that way, you've got where you can find us on Reddit, on Twitch, on YouTube if you're watching it on a different platform, but also Discord is also nerd affiliated on everything. And then up on the other side, above the general himself, you can see the latest super chat, which was from me. I was testing to make sure it worked. And then, but the latest affiliate, the latest to join the Nerd Foundation,
Ooh.
General Kenobi himself. He's supporting the movement. He's supporting the brand. We appreciate you, brother. And we appreciate all of you who either super chat or join the membership, buy shirts, or even just liking and subscribing. We appreciate it all. General, how have you been? How have you been on the 19th day of the year 2023, which is crazy?
Agreed. I was gonna say it's already been almost 3 weeks into the year, so it kind of feels like it's flying by. Doing good, man. So let me take up, some of your airtime just to say congratulations. Okay, I haven't been back here since before you hit 1K, and super, very well deserved. I've said it before on my show, and I'll say it again here. Long overdue. Okay, the content you guys put out is just top notch. I'm so happy to finally see it being, recognized in the manner that it always needed to be. So congrats to that. Congrats to the Nerd Affiliated family team, and founder. I know she's out there. So yeah, congrats on that. Most definitely.
Appreciate that.
For me, it's been good, man. It's been, it's one of those things that everybody, it's that season of like, okay, new year, what am I going to do? Am I revamping? Am I toning it down? Am I, quitting altogether? Yeah. So it's just still like some of those conversations are still going on in the back of my mind. But as you mentioned, I did something that I've been thinking about doing since literally before I launched my original channel, which is I debated back then if I should create content in Spanish. As probably most of you know, I am of Latin descent, and so I do speak Spanish, and I considered, maybe I should do this. There's not that much content out there of this kind or on this niche that is being, shared again in Spanish. And I decided not to, because I was like, you know what, I'm going to stick to what I thought I knew, and I ended up being grossly wrong. But anyway, and so this year I was like, you know what, why not? Let's try it out. Who needs sleep anyway? So let's go ahead and try it out. So there it is, General Kenobis Bunker in Espanol. If I would appreciate if you guys check it out, share it, and just give it a little love. Much needed.
Love that. I love that. It's something that I was saying to you. I think that channel is going to pass your main one this year.
Yeah.
Like there's such a demand. Yeah, there's such a demand for what we do. I'll just say like in the nerd space, not like even specifically toys, but like in the nerd space in other languages. To the extent that Mr. Beast has all of his content like dubbed over in other languages, because there's just not that much out there. So I have faith that you'll be surprised how fast that your other channel is gonna grow.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's already doing a lot better than my first channel, that's for sure. It took me like a month. No, it took me like almost 2 months to reach like 30 subscribers on over on General Kenobis Bunker.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're already leaps and bounds ahead.
I love that. And happy birthday to Rolando. That's right. You mentioned it on your stream yesterday.
Absolutely.
Yeah, to you, sir.
Yeah. Happy birthday. Cheers, Rolando. We appreciate all the hard work you do for content creators like us. This guy is literally like superhuman. Okay. Yeah. I don't know how he does it. He is in every stream out there. And not only that, he's active, and he's basically the moderator for all of them, including mine. Yeah. So our super mega mod, Rolando, happy birthday, man. I hope you're having an awesome one. I hope, many, many more to come. And once again, we truly appreciate all the time and effort that you put into each one of our streams.
Yeah, I love that. Every time I pop in, he's there. He's working.
Yes.
If some of you don't know, in the chat, like if you ever see a blue wrench next to somebody's name, they're a chat moderator. So they're in there dropping links as shows are going on, banning people if people like preemptively like put something that's like offensive. Like they're not just watching the stream; they are down there just working. So
they're our regulars. So yeah.
Thank you, sir. Still Ecam. Was there? I wasn't sure if something happened because it said still Ecam.
Oh,
But hopefully everything
maybe
sounds good.
answering.
No tech issues
Yeah, I
so
think it's
far.
going on. I'm half monitoring on my channel, and I think we're doing fine.
Oh, I love that. That's great.
Yeah.
I love that. So tons and tons to talk about. You know, I alluded to it before. You know, we'll save it for the end. We'll save that for the end. We'll talk we'll talk some toys towards the end, but let's start with just some Star Wars in general. We got some new stuff coming down the pipe, and the one thing that you were super excited about, if any of you have not watched it, make sure you go check it out. You were super excited for a little trailer that dropped. What trailer was that dropped this past week?
Yeah, guys. So everybody, you know, I don't know, man. I doubt you guys heard about it, but anyway, so it's this little show called The Mandalorian,
I've
it's
heard of
coming
that.
back
The Grogu show.
for exactly the Baby Yoda show, as I like to call it.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, it is coming back for a third season, which will be here March 1st over on the Mouse's channel. And yeah, so trailer dropped. I was just gonna record myself, and I was like, you know what? Why not make a fool of myself live in front of my kids? And so I threw up, you know, a quick, very quick, you know, live stream, and yeah, we watched it at the same time, watched it together. I watched it for the very first time, absolutely.
Yep.
I wanted to go in there, you know, unbiased, like I really did watch it for the absolute first time, right there on screen. I caught some flack on Instagram.
Did you really?
Yeah, so I clipped like 30 seconds of that of my reaction, right, and I posted it up. And somebody was like, bro, like, that wasn't even that great of a trailer. To which I say, you bite your tongue, good sir. Okay? Because here's the thing, and you know this. First of all, I love Star Wars, okay?
Yes.
You know what the solution to my problems with Star Wars usually is? More Star Wars, okay? And why? Because, you know, if back in the day, like many others, you had a little bit of problems with of how like the Jedi, you know, were betrayed. Like no clone seemed to be like bothered by Order 66, right? And you're like, I don't know that, like I don't buy it as much. But then fast forward a few years, we get Clone Wars, and what did they reveal? Inhibitor chips. Boom. So they weren't in full control, right? So now you go back to episode 3 and like, yeah, that totally makes sense. Inhibitor chips, they're not, you know, they're like mindless or almost droid-like behavior.
Yep.
So there, right? Ahsoka recently, right? Like, oh, how come she survived, you know, Order 66 when like Jedi Masters couldn't, right? How was she so good at defending against the clones? Boom, Tales of the Jedi. She literally trained for years against the clones, right? We saw that Anakin had her training, you know, to be in that exact situation. So that's why she survived, right? So, like I said, I love Star Wars, and you know, I'm not how do you call it? I try to be very positive with everything that Star Wars is putting out. That's not to say I love absolutely everything. But I do tend to try to find, you know, the silver lining or at least some parts of it that I can like. So going back to the Mandalorian. Okay, let's just say yes, it's a bad trailer. All right, let's just assume it's choppy. It doesn't really reveal anything. It's not cinematography, you know, is off. Whatever you want to call it, right? Let's just call it an overall bad trailer. Here's the thing. I am an absolute sucker for Mandalorians for years now, okay? Boba Fett is still one of my favorite characters. I got a whole dedicated shelf up there.
And it's almost like you have some Mando-type stuff behind you outside of that as well.
Right? Which, yeah, and it's about to be...
Wow.
I just ordered a helmet is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But, so, I'm like, so I enjoy, you know, I've always enjoyed the Mandalorians. I always wanted to know more about them. And I never, ever thought we were going to get a show dedicated to them, like, entirely.
Yeah.
Let alone a super successful one like we have been getting. And let alone, you know, the fact that we're gonna go back to Mandalore, like the actual planet. We're gonna get to see maybe some of the relics, from Mandalore.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get to see some clans, like some different clans finally.
Yep.
So all of that, I'm all there. Like I'm all in. So to that person, right? I mean, I get it. That's your opinion. You didn't like it, or you didn't think it was that great. To me, just the fact again that a Mandalorian would have shown up in the trailer, I would have been like, "Yeah, that's it. This wins. Like, I'll take it."
Yep.
And so yeah, it might have been it might have been a little bit over the top, but I was genuinely excited. I still am. I'm super hyped for it. Uh, it's just one of those things that it keeps getting better and better, and I don't know how they're pulling it off. I just really hope they keep pulling it off.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand where some people would say, "Oh, that's such an exaggerated whatever," but you could say that about any trailer reaction. Like you could literally watch any trailer reaction and just accuse the person of, "Oh, you're overhyping it. You must be a plant," whatever it may be. But I think in knowing you, that's where the fans of your channel would know he's not BSing. That's his actual. Yeah. That's exactly how he feels. I almost just had your reaction because Senor Paximus just dumped $100 super chat on the stream there.
Wow.
We are not worthy.
I was gonna say. I mean, I'm not getting anything, but we're
like,
still.
Wow.
Yeah. No, that's incredible. Thank you so much, man. That is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you win. Okay.
Yeah, you win all of it.
Yep.
You win all the shirts, Paximus. I lost my chain of thought. I was just like, what?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought I read wrong, to be honest with you.
Same. I was like, oh, it was pesos.
Yeah, exactly, right? Does it say MXN next to it?
Yeah. But no, it's wild. Like that trailer, I was watching it and I was like, this is pretty good. Because you had just finished. Like you just finished watching it. You were about to start talking about it. So I was like, oh, let me pause. I'll come back. I'll go watch the trailer and then come back to this.
Yeah.
And I like how you also thought the same thing where, well, actually first, I thought the trailer was good. I'm excited for everything you mentioned. I'm excited for the return to Mandalore. Like that is my most excited part because I'm like, oh, we're going back. They're probably trying to rebuild their order and the different clans and all that stuff. So I'm down for that. I think literally the only reason I'm not excited for certain parts is with every bit of Star Wars now, I'm always kind of like instead of busting the door open, I'm just like, all right, Disney, what did you do? Like, how you gonna mess this up, Disney? So that's literally the only reason I wasn't hyped for it to that level. Still excited for it. But the thing that you pointed out, I also noticed when they show the Order 66 moment. By the way, if anybody doesn't want spoilers for Mando, well, it's not a spoiler. We're guessing, so I don't. Know, but I'll go like this. I'll raise my glass when we stop talking about the scene. But there's a scene where it looks like Order 66 is happening, and the Jedi are there. The door is starting to open. Light comes through. They kind of cut off before you could see who's coming through the door. And we both were thinking that's actually potentially not Order 66. That is part of the Mando Jedi War. And I am all about give me some old Republic, like old school before even the Empire was a thought process, before Palpatine was even around. Give me some of that stuff. And if we get to see, like I forgot even what happened in that battle and that war until you mentioned it on your stream, but show me the Mandalorians being like, hey, that Darksaber that Mando Jedi made, that's ours. We're coming to get that. Give me that. Give me that.
Oh, man. Like I said, and I think I said it also on that stream. If Filoni and Favreau managed to pull that off.
Yeah. Why?
I do not care if they, from that point on, produce like little like pieces of crap.
Yeah.
I will watch just because, to thank them.
Yeah.
Forever. If we get to see the ancient Jedi temple being, being ravaged, being sacked by Clan Vizsla.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seriously.
Wild. Wild. And it's that's what I think Star Wars needs now. Like, don't get me wrong, there's still lots of I'll because technically we're past that part, but technically, we all want more fleshed out stories of where is Ahsoka now? Where is
Sure.
Ezra now? Where's all these things that you started? Where are these threads going that you started
Right.
that we didn't see in the sequel trilogy? Of course, we want to see that stuff. However, some Old Republic stuff like that's. I think that's going to be the moment where they could take some Legends material that I think. Did they just make Legends canon again? Is that something I heard?
So no, so some elements of what used to be known as the expanded universe back in our time,
Right.
have been trickled in here and there. Things like like Jaster Merrill, being Jango Fett's like teacher back in Mandalorian season 2. So some name drops, a few things here and there, but it's just. Some like Thrawn, for example. Thrawn is a character that was born, in what is now called Legends, right? And they brought him into the fold during Rebels. Now, the time period is different from when he appeared during the books, right? But his essence and him being like a military like genius did not change, right? So I thought that was cool. So I'm all for that kind of stuff, right? You can translate, quote unquote, great characters from what used to be the expanded universe into canon. You still have plenty to play around with. So there's plenty of room for some of these characters, and so there you go.
Just for in case anybody didn't watch Rebels, if you've seen this guy, this is Admiral Thrawn. That's who
Grand Admiral.
Yeah,
Grand Admiral Thrawn. And so I would love to see more characters make the jump like that, but as of right now, they're still working on their own continuity type of thing. Anything from like 2013, 2014, I think, on, it being novels, being books, video games, even they're all canon, right? So that's which is already a lot of work. Don't get me wrong. Like the story group have to be incredible at their jobs to keep up with everything. So, but that's like I said, that's not to say that hopefully we will get some characters that are stuck in Legends territory right now into canon.
No, and they can even take some of those characters and retool them like Thrawn.
Exactly.
And, give us those stories. They could even, something I'm really, really hoping they do, maybe take ideas of things they were trying to do in the sequel trilogy, in cartoons that just didn't like things left on the cutting room floor. Sure, take some of that stuff, retool it, put it in some old timelines, because as far as to my understanding, the what are those books? There's the comic book series now that's more towards kids, the Old Republic books, like not really taken off to the extent of like a Knights of the Old Republic. So,
correct. So, so the High Republic, which is the new era right now. If I remember correctly, because I haven't read them all yet, they are somewhere in the period of like 300 to like 150 years before A New Hope. So yes, like it's in the past, but like you said, it's nowhere near the like the 4,000 years before on Old Republic. So they got plenty to play around with, like and they could make it so that it doesn't necessarily impact what's already been established by the new continuity. Again, you could separate it by a few thousand years, and you'd have a sandbox to play around with, right? You could pretty much do anything in that period of time, because again, right now there's no canon for that period of time.
Right. Just make it up as you go.
Exactly.
I'm also, I mentioned it on your stream in the chat, I'm down for more Visions, like expand the things you showed in Visions. I think Star Wars fans, we're now at a point where we're okay with new material that's not canon, which I don't want to speak for everybody, but I don't think that was like a major issue back in the day before it was in Disney's hands. Like things would happen in the books, and we're like, that's a dope story, whether it's canon or not. Who cares? But
Yeah.
I think especially now because we've had so much of the Skywalker saga.
Yeah.
Give us something different, something completely different.
Yep.
A universe where everybody's robots, where everybody's, whatever. Expand. Everything's in black and white. Even.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
Definitely. And yeah, like I mentioned last night, also, Visions is just about the only thing that Disney has sort of let off the rails, in that sense. And so we got a season 2 coming this year, so I'm looking forward to that because, well, first of all, they're gorgeous, right? Like just to look at, they are like legit. But the other thing is, will they try to establish some sort of continuum between them, which would be very dope. Like you said, if we can establish, and they don't all have to be their own universe,
right?
We could take the 2 or 3 most successful ones, or the ones that are more story dense, and maybe just those pluck them out of Visions and sort of expand them, individually. But yeah, so looking forward to that for sure. And back then, the expanded universe, there was no like story police. They basically, everybody submitted their ideas to Lucasfilm. Lucasfilm was like, yeah, right, as long as you're not uber crazy, like we'll let you publish it.
Right.
So it was very loose. Like it was kind of hard to basically piece together a cohesive like timeline back then. For some periods of time, of course, not everything, but definitely looking forward to some of those, making the jump.
I want to address the comment here. Is it a crime that I only watch The Mandalorian and not any of the Star Wars movies? I don't think. I mean,
No.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so, man. The way I look at it is, Star Wars is like ice cream. You can definitely have your very own favorite flavor, and you don't have to mix it up with the other ones if you don't want to. Also, just a little disclaimer: Yeager is like 15 years old, so I don't think he was around for any of the actual movies except the.
Not even the prequels.
Sequels.
Not even the prequels.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't know if he was around for the prequels. I might have, like, cut off like 2 years off of his actual age, but still, he's young. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. It's wild that and you're welcome, Rolando. I love all
Man.
I gotta say this has been a hard chat to stay on top of because so many of you are in here dropping love, talking to each other, promoting your stuff. Do more of that. Like, again,
yes,
if you have a YouTube channel, podcast, blog, vlog, all that stuff, put it in the chat. You can't do like .com or anything because YouTube blocks those. So you could just write the word dot if you have a website or anything. But maybe put down there, Rolando YT. So like just put YT in there. We know you have a YouTube channel. Down the road, I'll get some moderators. I'll go Hollywood like Jose here, and I'll get a moderator to put some links in the chat.
You know what I just noticed right now that you said it? I think since this is being sort of restreamed into my channel, I think Rolando's a moderator.
Oh,
by, like,
really?
extension, because I see him dropping links. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I just noticed it right now as you were talking. I looked down and I see the little wrench still going. So
you know what? I
guess
wonder. I wonder if I'm not seeing your chat that's on your stream. Let me make sure I turn the volume off over here.
Yeah. I think we're about the same. Kind of looks that way.
Let's see. If I scroll down real fast in my. Oh yeah, it is.
Hey, there you go. Streamception.
See that? See that? Yeah. I think I just don't see the. Oh yeah, see links. Wow, look at that. Rolando working.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you.
Working for both freaking channels over here.
Multi-channel right there.
This guy's wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's there's so much they can do, so much fun we can have.
Absolutely.
Just go for it. And like you said, pick your flavor. Whatever you feel like watching, go for it. I think the only thing we could all be in agreement on is that if your only flavor is the movies, you're just chomping on some vanilla because you are missing some good stuff everywhere else. Sometimes the animation can be a bit much on Clone Wars for people. I get it. But just really, really, really try. really try to go for
that. I would say Clone Wars, and you don't have to watch all of them. You don't.
Yeah.
And Rebels. And again, you don't have to watch all of Rebels. But man, they enhance the story. Also, if you are a fan of Ahsoka, you definitely want to watch Rebels, guys, because the Ahsoka TV show is gonna be heavily derived and based on events that happened during Rebels. So just
Yeah.
FYI, you still got time to catch up.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So the other thing I just wanted to touch on, show wise, that we have going on, and I'll be honest, I think you and myself are the only two YouTubers in my subscription feed that are even talking about the show. Bad Batch. Bad Batch season 2 is underway. I know we're both in agreement on episode 3. We won't spoil episode 4, but I think it's safe to just say
Honestly,
like what your feeling may be on
yeah,
maybe the season and then the recent episode.
So I was gonna say I don't even know if there's anything to spoil for
That's
for episode
that
4.
is sadly true.
Yeah. So okay, so let me preface all of this, and I think most of you guys know, but I was not the biggest fan of season 1. Okay.
Ooh,
That's
I have to interrupt. I have to interrupt
Okay.
you. You saying that on your stream the other day was the final stamp I needed, because I was like, I don't think Kenobi is like a blind fan of Star Wars. Like in our conversations, I never got that vibe from you. I do know that we disagree in a sense because you're like, hey, if I'm getting Star Wars, I'm happy. But when you said I'm not the biggest fan of Bad Batch, I was like, oh, thank you. Like Kenobi does acknowledge if something is not, it's not really good.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
and I think people need to hear that too. Like I think people who watch the channel, they need to hear if there is something you don't like.
Yeah, exactly. And I do try to make it maybe more of a point because I do tend to be very favorable of almost everything out there on Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And in that regard, let me just say this. I was not the biggest fan of Bad Batch Season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Let me clarify. I did not hate it, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There was some good stuff. That first episode, or what was it, like first 2 episodes maybe meshed into one?
Yeah.
They were awesome. And I think that was
Yes.
the problem. And I think we're kind of suffering the same here in season 2.
Mm-hmm.
But so anyway, very broadly, I was not a fan of season 1. And so far, it's only cemented this view that I have. Bad Batch, like the characters, I mean,
right,
they work better as supporting characters.
Yes.
You dropping along, you drop them along an Ahsoka, you drop them along, an Obi-Wan, an Anakin, and they work amazing. Like they do very, very well. They lift up, the story. They do like what a supporting, character is supposed to do, which is enhance the story
and supporting guns, like them being in the
exactly
action.
Right. And they're definitely the muscle, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. I didn't feel that a whole season could stand just on their backs, that it could be carried just on those characters' back.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I've seen of season 2, which we've only gotten 4 episodes up to today, it's kind of the same.
Yeah.
I'm still hopeful, don't get me wrong, we still got plenty of season left. But jumping into episode 3, and I'm sorry if you guys haven't watched episode 3, because what are you doing? Go watch that one at least.
Yes, for sure.
So episode 3 shows us a good old friend of mine by the name of Cody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Clone Commander Cody, CC2224, just in case you go by, clone designation.
I love that.
And so Cody is sort of an enigma right now, because we actually have not had any material that deals directly with Cody's story after Order 66.
Right.
We know he survived, right? But his story is nowhere near hashed out like Rex's is, right? Like Captain Rex.
Right.
Where we sort of know where he's going to end up and who he's going to end up with eventually. And so I love that episode, okay? On that 3rd episode of Bad Batch, which is called The Solitary Clone, I loved it. I enjoyed it so much. I loved seeing Cody again. I loved seeing his doubts, and the cracks start to show in his allegiance to the Empire. And guess what? That episode, there's not a single frame with the Bad Batch in it.
Yep.
Now, you get Crosshair, which you can arguably say is part of the Bad Batch, right? But not right now. He's full Imperial.
Mm-hmm.
And so that, like I said, that just cemented my view that these guys work better when you attach them to one of the main characters we already know.
Yeah.
And I'll just say this for episode 4. Episode 4 sort of returned to form from from what we've previously seen,
Mm-hmm.
and there were some beautiful shots on it that I was like, wow, that looks amazing. Like
Yes.
they've really matured in
Animation.
the background, yeah, animation stuff. I was like, whoa, like one of those first shots,
Yeah.
and then that was it.
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, it was just one of those episodes. They're like, okay, yeah, I mean that's fun, that's funny, slash, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
And the episode ended, and that was it.
Yeah.
So it did it have good elements? Yes. Uh, but once again, I think they just fall right back into their formula,
Yeah.
which I do not consider it to be a good thing.
Yeah.
Also, I think it was too early to go back.
Yes.
Give me that in like mid-season, right? Once you've already given me some
You need the break.
story building. Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
you've already given me a little bit of what I want. I'm not gonna say you already gave me everything that there is to know about coding. No, give me one, maybe 2 episodes more, right?
Yeah.
Give me one with Captain Rex, maybe.
Yeah.
Right. And then give me one, with the Bad Batch, put into a real jam, not just the jam of the week, right? Like
Right.
not just the A-team formula.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, obviously I'm still gonna keep watching. Again, it's Star Wars, so I will always watch.
Yep.
But yeah, so far I feel that third episode 3, is actually hurting the season more than it lifted, the show.
Yeah.
Because they're like, look how awesome we can be,
Right.
and then we're gonna take it away.
Yeah. Well,
And I
not
hope
to.
yeah, exactly. Like, and I hope we get it back, right? And I'm almost sure we will. Now I'm a little bit worried about how much will we actually get in this season.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry, long and winded answer, but like I said, I think we're sort of on the same on this one.
Oh no, for sure, and even exactly to what you said about in this episode 4, and I'm going to talk about another show in a little bit because one of you commented about it, but in episode 4, there was that moment. They're like on the racetrack and they look up and you see like the stand with everything. I was kind of like, really, we're doing a pod racing episode. Just call it pod racing. Don't even. Why are you wasting time calling it something else?
Exactly.
Just call it pod racing. But whatever. I was like, they looked up and they were walking at the camera, and I was like, the animation's like better than last season. Like I don't know. Like it just looked more polished.
Right.
But episode 3, you said it on your stream, straight up throwback to Clone Wars. It was just, and not just because it was it was a clone battalion versus clankers, but it was just straight up action. There was tension. There was, we have to take this castle. There's a plan. You're watching them do the plan. They get up there, and then the decisions have to be made, right? And I'm not going to spoil what happens in the end because I'm hoping some of you do go back and watch it if you haven't.
Yeah.
But the decision has to be made similar to a decision in episode 2 that you pointed out, where it's like, oh wow, like we're taking a turn here. Like it reminded me of the Clone Wars turn in season, I want to say it was season 2, where it went from this is strictly for kids to, oh, we're recognizing who the audience really is here.
Yeah.
Which season the animated movie and season 1 are very different than how the show progresses after that.
Yeah, season 2, episode 5, landing at Point Rain. That's when I knew. That's when I fell in love with that show. That's when they actually go back to Geonosis to take it again, because they lost it after episode 2.
Oh yes.
And oh my dude, that episode is still one of my favorite things Star Wars out there. Like Star Wars anything.
Yeah.
You actually see Kenobi bleeding. That's like the only time you see him like throughout the entire show, which I thought was insane that was in the second season. And so yeah, the how do you call it? the shift on it for sure. You know,
The
and I
tonal
think I
shift.
saw some of that. Yeah. I think, like you mentioned, we saw some of that on the end of the second episode, which is the first arc we get, I guess, on this season 2 of Bad
Mm-hmm.
Batch.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, like I said, I'm still hopeful. We still got
Yeah.
plenty of season left, so I think they'll do better. But in terms of the animation, man, I don't see how they could. They nailed it on
They
this
nailed
one.
it.
Like, it was just freaking gorgeous.
Yeah. And the show I wanted to go back to that Humpty with two M's made sure to, he called it out, was Andor. Now, I've had my issues with Andor because it's weird for me to say. I say it every time I mention the show. Love Rogue One. Top 3 Star Wars movie for me.
Oh yeah.
And I was very, very disappointed with Andor because I was just like, Andor needed like this pod racing episode. It needed that episode that like breaks up the dark tone of everything, because I was like, I need a reset. Like you're setting up these story threads. He's looking for his sister in the first like 3 episodes we got, but then they just forgot about it, and then like he does the mission, and I was like, give me like a reset episode or like a reset 2 episodes to just like take a breath. That he could take a breath. He's not freaking sweating the whole time, and we didn't get it. And I understand that it's the dark times and all that stuff, but they do it in wrestling. To your favorite sport, wrestling. They
oh man, don't even get me started, dude. We'll go on for another 3 hours.
Exactly.
Is that what you want?
They do these things where like they'll be like the palate cleanser, like you got this awesome match, there's an awesome main event, they throw something in the middle just to like give you that bathroom break, just that chance to like breathe, build the hype up again, go into that last one. But
yeah,
even here, I liked that about Rogue One, and in Rogue One he learns to have a heart almost, and he learns that maybe the rebellion isn't the nicest, which I liked that thread of, I can't believe I'm saying this, I love that thread of Last Jedi where they're like, hey, they're all bad. We're bad, they're bad, we're all bad. Everybody's buying guns from the same places.
Yeah. I'm going to clip that, by the way. I'm going to upload it. Just on loop.
I've officially canceled myself by complimenting The Last Jedi. But he has that redemption in Rogue One. Don't allude to that now. I don't need to see that now. Unless he's hesitating in the beginning, flips that switch, and now that switch is on for the whole season. But I felt like we didn't quite get that, and that's the only reason. Maybe I need to just rewatch it, but like it's like one of the only reasons where I'm just like, I couldn't fully get behind it, and I really, 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 really want to get behind Andor.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we have some Star Wars an unboxing to do that we've been talking about Clone Wars era and all that, but
yeah.
You and I also happen to visit some shops on a regular basis, make some pickups, but we both got something in the mail, actually.
Yeah.
So, do you want to do a little live unboxing?
Sure. Are we doing this for real? Because I can't unopen it.
Do you want me to open mine first, and then you could decide if you want to open yours?
Maybe.
All right. Well, I'll get.
No, I'm kidding. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let me grab it though.
I don't even know where I put mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I swear I had.
Hey, Ricardo, just I saw your message, man. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I appreciate your feedback. That's just I get too excited sometimes, and I do ramble on. But I appreciate your support, man. And again, thank you for your feedback. All right, this is happening.
This is the second time I've left you to run the show on your own.
That's all right. Slowly but surely.
All right. Let me get my knife. I know I had that here somewhere. Here it is. So we made We each made a purchase off a little website
Yeah.
that from a company that has been causing some issues lately in the community.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I said a lot because I was trying to hide how angry I am at this company. But how about count of 3, we'll show what it is.
Sure.
3, 2, 1, go. Hey, got ourselves Darth Maul, final season of Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Wait, hit the button there.
There you go.
Yeah.
So this is Darth Maul, season 7 of Clone Wars, as seen in the Battle of Mandalore. You know, basically when he fought Ahsoka.
Yep. I'm going for it. So you can wait if you want. You can wait.
No,
Read
it's
it
all right.
out.
Where's my? Here it is.
I tell you. So as a reminder for any of you who may be listening for the first time, or listening to Kenobi for the first time on the channel, I met Kenobi actually on Sleeping Collectibles' live stream. He was in the comments, and I went to his channel. And by the way, I highly what was it?
Sorry, I said I hate this.
I highly suggest you need to go back do this for all your favorite YouTubers, but do it for Kenobi too. Go back and watch his early videos and then watch him now. Not even the same person. Not even remotely the same person. But he mentioned that he was going to
opening. Yeah. I'm out here opening figures and stuff. Look at this. What is this?
He mentioned that he was going to be doing an unboxing, right?
Oh,
hang on. I'm going to mute while I pull this out of the plastic real quick. And back. And you were going to unbox. Wait, was it Cody actually? Was it a Cody figure?
Yeah, it was Clone Commander Cody archive.
The irony of all this. It all comes together.
Yeah.
By the way, everybody, here is our Darth Maul robot legs.
Whoops.
I think it's a brand new head sculpt as well from the original Darth Maul figure.
Yes, so I believe this one does have quite a bit of new on it.
Yeah.
So there we go. Man, this thing looks great.
Yeah, there's some pinless action here.
Yeah, that's what I'm noticing too. You got pinless, single joint on the knees.
Yep.
Looks like single joint on elbows.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
Not butterfly.
Yeah. So yeah, not butterfly. Still though, looking very nice actually.
The saber I think is new as well.
Yeah, so one of them should be his I'm blanking out, sorry, but one of it is half of his episode 1 saber, the other one is the Shadow Collective saber.
Got it. This is great. This is dope. I know for Out of the Basement, I think they had it top 5 maybe of the year.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Wow. I believe it, man. This thing looks great.
Yeah. So he was doing an unboxing of Cody on his channel, and he had it on card. Look at that knee bend. This is good.
Nice card too. Yeah. No, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah. Paint job's good too on it.
Yeah. If I'm being just a little bit over picky, I don't know about yours, but mine on the face, it seems like it's got a little bit of an overwash, like darker. The chest looks
it is
brighter.
Different. Yes, you're right.
Right?
Mine has the same issue.
Okay.
Interesting. If anybody wants to custom, they can always blackwash. If they want.
Yeah.
And the shoulder piece is disconnected from the shoulder, which is nice. So it could be easy.
Gives you exactly. Gives you a lot more posing, so you can actually do something like this where you go around. Yeah. Like if you really wanna, move it. That shoulder piece follows the shoulder, right? Not it's a separate piece from the shirt.
The pad. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, this was not planned, everybody. Literally 2 minutes
as you can
before.
See.
Yeah.
as you can see, because we're doing such a great job. Oh yeah, it's pretty. Very pretty.
It was like 2 minutes before the stream. I was like, hey, I think I'm gonna do an unboxing, a little Black Series unboxing I just got today. He's like, oh, did you get Maul too? And I was like, I did.
But hey, when you get a $100 super chat on your stream,
You got to go all out.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta pull all the stops. Very nice.
So Kenobi decides he's going to do the unboxing of Cody in a live video. And I was like, all right, I'll go watch this video. Why not? And I had already seen a couple toy hunts from yours. But I was like, oh, I'll go watch this unboxing. And
I remember this.
The hesitations you had. And he's like, and I love that you left it all in. There's no edit of it out. You're like, you have it, and you're just like,
because I didn't know how to edit.
You're like,
mainly.
I love that. He's like he has it, and he's like, all right, here we go. I was like, I love this guy. I was like, I love this guy.
and I'll be honest with you, that was part of the thing, because I was like, I can't like do a second take of this. So
yeah,
if I'm gonna do it, let's just do it. But I was like, oh man, like do not mess this up. So I'm like, moving it to where I think it looks, better and stuff like that. Because I'm like, I don't get a second chance with this.
You don't. That's the crazy part. Yeah, when on card, there's no putting it back in if you've got to hit record or something like that. And
yeah, exactly. No, there's really not.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, maybe I'll clip that and upload it one of these days.
You should.
Little throwback.
You should. There was, what was the other thing I was gonna? Oh. So the reason, before we end the stream, we have to talk about this. So the reason we've been beefing or saying that there's beef with Hasbro is they're getting a little wild. I got used to the Boba Fett tax. I think we all kind of got used to the Boba Fett tax. It's a real thing. If Boba Fett comes out, it's going to cost more than the norm. However, they're getting a little wild. I'd like to say. The first one, of course, since we are talking Black Series, was this on-card Return of the Jedi 30th or 40th anniversary or 30th? 40th anniversary. Wow.
No, this is 40th, yeah.
Jeez. 40th.
We old.
Yeah. 40th anniversary on-card figure that we already have, but now costs way more than the original one. And then it turns out it's not just a Boba Fett tax, but now there's like freaking Spider-Man tax over here. This thing, $35 for no reason.
Yes.
You pointed out the Marvel Legends retro package here with figures we've already got just repainted.
Yeah.
Like, what is happening over there?
And some of them, I don't think they even got that. I mean, I think that Hulk and that Spidey are straight up the same.
Really? Let's see.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe I'm missing something, but that looks very, very similar to the original release.
I think you might be right. Because I've never picked it up, but I've seen it. And this one we know for a fact is...
Yeah. So that one, I think we already got the brown suit version, but again, figure-wise, it's basically the same.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting crazy. So, even here, right? Like...
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I want this head sculpt. Like, I definitely want this head sculpt. Yes. That was a classic look from the show.
Agreed.
I'm not paying $34 for a figure I already have that you just decided to throw in a couple extra accessories.
Yep. Now, here's the thing, though. Look at this, right? Like, look at how many stuff you're actually getting here, right? I mean, you're getting, 5 weapons in total?
Yep.
Arguably, 2 effects?
Mm-hmm.
3 sets of hands, 2
morpher
heads,
for once.
well, a morpher, an open morpher, if that's what I'm looking at.
Yep.
And so that's $34, right? But if you go back to like the Boba Fett, for the exact same price, and look at what you're actually getting. You're getting 2 blast effects, the gun, which was already gonna be there. And then I think that looks like the grappling hook, maybe?
The grappling hook, yep. And is that the gun? Does he have 2 guns? The one that's cut? Because I see yellow on that. Is it the one that cuts in half and the regular?
It might be, which was already released in the deluxe,
the deluxe
for
version.
Return of the Jedi. Yeah. So it might just be a straight up repack.
Yeah.
Of everything, kind of. Oh, you did get the flames. Okay.
But do you? Because I don't even see
But
that in
even
here.
still, yeah, I was gonna say maybe in the back or something.
So maybe that's even a BS picture. Like maybe this picture is
Yeah,
from the last
yeah.
launch. You know,
That's just I was gonna say.
we need somebody
And
to bite the bullet and actually buy this thing so that we can find out.
yeah, but I'll be honest with you. With the way things have been going, and I know you've seen it too. You know, with the toy hunting community, a lot of people, myself included, are waiting on clearance on a lot
Yeah.
of these items.
Yeah.
Why? Because a lot of the times they're just not selling. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's a quote unquote safe bet that you're probably gonna find it cheaper.
Yep.
So my wife actually found this earlier today at Target. So this is the Fifth Brother
Mhm.
Retro.
Yep.
And I don't know if the price is gonna show. Camera doesn't do a great job.
Oh, $359. That wow.
Exactly. Down from $12.
Yeah.
Right. And I did not have this. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But again, for this price, I was like, yeah,
All day.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not damaged. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think that boba is gonna fall into sort of that category. I know that people want it. I want it. I mean, you know me. I'm a sucker for boba. But again, it's not that crazy to say I'll just wait for it to go on clearance because I think it will happen. Yeah. Will it happen in your very own particular Target? I don't know.
Right.
But it will happen. Like that's almost a given nowadays.
I cut a video this week on, actually yesterday. My days are all mixed up. I cut a video yesterday. You've mentioned it, and actually Yukon Phil was also mentioning it on his channel about the clearance finds. And what I said in my video, I haven't released it yet. I'm working on it for the HeyArcher channel. I went on a hunt this week and I bought one figure. I knew where it was. I saw it the day before. Went back for it.
Ooh.
So I bought this Skeletor from the
Very
Masters
nice.
of the Universe movie.
Yes.
Because of the accessories, the head sculpt, and the fact that this is a figure that just did not exist when I was a kid.
Exactly.
It just didn't exist. And in the video I talk about, I might as well talk about it here. Maybe I'll just clip this instead of releasing the video. But
I'll be quiet.
no, you can talk. I mentioned in the video that I think what's going to be important for all of us in this community in the year 2023, if there is a figure that you're like, hey, they did it right, the price is reasonable, it's going to be inflated, but it's reasonable. There's also a lot of work in here, but more importantly, I want more of this line.
Yes.
We're probably going to have to bite the bullet and get it at MSRP. Because if we wait for that to go on clearance and that line continues to only be bought at clearance, somebody's going to break. Either the big box store is going to be like, I'm good, there's no point buying it because I'm not making my money on it. Or the companies themselves are going to be like, I'm out because nobody's buying this line. I'm not making any money on the line. They make it really, really hard. And in the video, I even said, trust me, I'm not a plant. I don't work for anybody. It sucks that I'm telling you to pay full price for something. But in an example like this figure, spending $32 on it, or the RoboCop here that comes with a diorama. It comes with a diorama.
Yes. Exactly.
Do I think the diorama and the RoboCop are worth, I think it was like $65?
Mm-hmm.
Not so much. However, I want more of that. Give me stuff with my purchase.
Yes.
So I bit the bullet. However, there's going to be lines. There has to be a line in the sand. And when I look at this, and I look at this figure, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oof.
This is my line. $35 for web effects. These web effects are in the Japanese Spider-Man figure that came out. Like, what are you talking about?
Good point.
Yeah. So sorry.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I know it's highly sought after. Is this, I haven't even looked, but is this, 'cause I don't keep up with Marvel, sorry, but is this one anything new in terms of the mold.
So what it seems to be, right? So first of all, this version of Spider-Man, the Gameverse version, it's the same suit from the first one. There's probably like a little difference here and there, but it's pretty much the same suit from the first one. That figure already came out last year. Gamerverse, to my understanding, I could be wrong, Gamerverse tends to be mostly GameStop exclusive. I've seen, Miles Morales, and I think there was another Spider-Man I saw at Walmart. But the things that have Gamerverse on it, I'm pretty sure are usually at GameStop. So if you wanted this version of Spider-Man, here's your second chance to get it. However, the body with its pivot points, with the head sculpt, all seem to be the Love 2-pack Spider-Man, just repainted. And that was the pack. See if I can.
Yeah, they came out not that long ago. I remember.
This past year.
Yeah. Now people have been saying that's like the Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, this one
right there. Yeah,
this is a great figure, absolutely great figure. Billy was all done with Marvel Legends, and then he grabbed this thing and was like, "Oh shit!"
Saw that, yeah.
But at least for 55, we're getting 2 figures.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. So that cuts it up to,
just over 25 each.
Exactly, which again, you count for inflation. That's not horrible, but 35
for
that's
one.
A whole for one. That's a whole $10 on it for allegedly just a repack of the web effects.
Yeah, and you couldn't even give me a unmasked version. Like you couldn't even.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does the other one have one?
No.
I was just gonna ask. Oof.
No. It's wild. It's wild.
Yeah.
But that's all I'm saying, and I think we're all kind of the same boat. Like, we watch like TMC, and Seth still collects, but he's taking a break. A lot of us will still buy stuff full price when we see it. When you see the Micro Galaxy, you grab it because we want more of that line. But
exactly.
I think it's going to be important for all of us this year, especially. Maybe it's too late. I don't know. But if you see something that you're like, oh, I'm all in.
Yeah.
But, of course, proceed with caution. Don't go wild.
Yeah, exactly. I think the last thing that I picked up, speaking of Spider-Man, was the Lizard and that cel-shaded Spider-Man from Walmart. Sorry, I'm looking at my wall because I just put him up.
That's a sexy Spider-Man.
And that Spider-Man is something else. And the thing is, that's the only thing I collect Marvel-wise because of the card, right? Because of that's my childhood right there. That was my Spider-Man, the amazing the Amazing Spider-Man show, the animated show. And so that's why I pick up that line, and I want more of that line. I'm hoping for I am hoping for a Scarlet Spider in that presentation.
Ooh, I want that.
Even though Scarlet Spider doesn't make too much sense, in the TV show. I know he only came out like 2 episodes or whatever.
Yeah, but we need that. Give us all those versions from the Spider-Verse episode.
Right, exactly. Right. And so that's why I'm hoping for that. I do not mind paying, full price, the retail price for that. Right? Yeah. That's funny, Phil. There you go.
Phil's going to be coming back in a couple weeks.
Oh, nice. I'll be in for that.
But yeah, I mean, Hasbro can do, in all these companies, in my opinion, they can do the repaint BS if they want to play that game. You can do it if the price is right. If the price is low enough, we will buy things we already have at that repaint if it makes sense. I think of army building. If it's low enough, we'll do it.
Yeah.
You want to take Scarlet Spider that came out from Marvel Legends 10 years ago,
right? Add
cell shading, you put him in that box. I'll buy it.
Yeah.
I'll buy it. Make sure he has the hood though. Better have the hood.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
not that version, But yeah, give us some Ben Reilly action on there.
Yes, definitely. Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, we have crossed the hour mark. I mean, we can go forever on this, and that's why I like having you on, because it's so easy to talk to you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Before we call it an episode, this is your time in case any of these people are living under a rock. General Kenobi, plug yo shit.
Sure. So, main channel over on General Kenobi's Bunker on YouTube. I would appreciate it if you also check us out over on TikTok, where we're trying to grow our following, and that is at general.kenobis.bunker. And also, same thing for Instagram. That's where we post a lot of our updates on the channel, stuff that we found, the times that we're gonna go live that week, things like that. So definitely, please go check us out there. Also, as we talked at the beginning of the show, I just launched a second channel, General Kenobi's Bunker en Español. So if you look us up like that on YouTube, hopefully you should be able to find us. If not, I worry that somebody took that name before me. And so also new Instagram as well to go along with that channel, GKB_Espanol. They wouldn't let me put the little tilde on it. So Espanol it is. So yeah, guys, so I'd appreciate if you guys check us out there. And like I said, if you enjoy Star Wars, that's mainly what we talk about over there. We do also a lot of toy hunting, some of the reviews for collectibles, in Star Wars. And we are trying to go live more often. We have our show called The High Ground, which airs Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Central. And I already got a few guests, lined up for the upcoming week. So we're trying to bring in more people from the community so that we can showcase them and their collections on the show. I am also trying to go live every week to talk about Bad Batch. Shorter streams, we just focus on the episode, what we saw, what we think, and what you guys thought. And that's about it. So, yeah, guys, so I appreciate it once again. General Kenobi's Bunker, pretty much everywhere.
I love that. Links will be down below for everywhere you can find this fine content creator, General Kenobi. Again, the best Star Wars creator on YouTube. Don't at me unless you're resharing his content. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we call it an episode. Music coming in hot, but that's all right. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Kenobi, General Kenobi. Sorry, I got to make sure I get the ranking right. Thank you, General Kenobi, for resharing this on your channel.
Hey, thank you for letting me. And I just want to say, you were actually the first person to give me a live, invite. I did my first live anything with you almost a year ago. Can you believe that?
Wow.
That was last March. Yeah. So, I'll remind you of our anniversary. Don't worry.
There you go.
And so I thank you for that, because that actually sort of opened up, this whole possibility, that I had not even considered before of just being, on a live show and then doing my own, right? So thank you for that always. Once again, congratulations on the success of your channel. Very much deserved. Pass it along to those guys too. I mean, they're doing great job over here. And guys, definitely, if you haven't, please subscribe to Nerd Affiliated. Those of you watching on my channel, Nerd Affiliated, HeyArcher, go check them out also on Instagram. They do amazing work. They do everything from reviews, they do podcasts. Now they got my favorite morning show. So that eases the pain of driving to the office. So definitely go check them out. And again, guys, I would appreciate it if you guys subscribe to everybody here in the chat. Last thing, Rolando, thank you so much, man. You killed it tonight. I really appreciate you. Once again, happy birthday, and thank you for everything that you do.
Rolando working that OT on somebody else's stream. I tell you, that man, that's a legend right there.
Exactly.
He said it. HeyArcher live every Thursday, 8:15-ish p.m. here on nerdaffiliated.com. But the live show, the news live show every Monday, Nerdy Coffee, 9 o'clock Eastern here on Nerd Affiliated. Ooh, there we go. That's time. That's the time. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll talk to all you nerds in the next video. Peace. We're out of here.